Welcome to the Natural Way of Being video blog. My name is Michael Hoffman. I hope you're enjoying your summer. Happy summer to you. The last time I did a video, I spoke about how I'd been doing a lot of couples counseling, and I continue to do that. And I've also been doing a lot of relationship coaching where I'm helping people with their relationship issues individually. And then I'm doing intimacy coaching with couples to help them be closer. And I'm noticing a few things. I'm not saying this is the truth, but this is what I've been seeing. Okay, over and over and over again, I've been seeing this. First of all, the two people that are relating, whether it be a romantic relationship, a friendship, a parent-child, a boss-employee, a friend, whatever it is, a loving relationship, is that each person, each of us are in our own reality. Okay, and that reality is constructed by the experiences we've had, the level of consciousness that we are at, the emotional maturity, the cognitive development, all of these things, okay? It informs our reality, it constructs our reality. So we're in different realities, and in different realities, we perceive the world. Each reality perceives the world a little differently. This is the classic thing where two people can be in the same experience. You see the same movie, watch the same sunset, like have the same experience and perceive it differently. Okay, so when we're in a conversation, okay, the words that are being said are being perceived differently by the two people. Okay, so each reality has its own language. It has its own perspective, so it translates reality it translates what's happening in the experience according to each reality. Okay, so that causes some big challenges, okay, because the one person says things according to, we'll just say, his reality or their reality, okay, and the other person perceives it according to their reality. Okay, so, and then the second, and so, yeah, so the second challenge is that there's a tendency to think that our reality, that my reality is the true reality or the sane reality or the rational, makes sense reality. And then there's another assumption that goes that often it may be that we think that they're seeing reality the same way that I am. Okay, and if they're not, since my reality is correct, they must be, wrong. And so then it's like, my reality is this, and the other's like, my reality is this. And there ends up being like a power struggle, right? It's like, no, my reality is true. No, my reality is true. Which is the same thing that causes wars, at the global scale, and so we don't want war. We want peace. We want love, right? I live in Ashland. Let's go with peace and love. So, what we can do. So what happens is with these two unfortunate things, the two realities, and then thinking our reality is the true reality, and they must be in my reality too, because that's just the way it is. It ends up that things get kind of misunderstood, or the expression I use in couples is lost in translation. The movie, Bill Murray, Lost in Translation. Okay, so it's like one person says something in their reality and the other person perceives it in there, and it doesn't, and we're misperceiving. So it's two ships passing in the night, and I often call it the relationship themselves end up being kind of this like Shakespearean tragedy where where Romeo and Juliet or whatever else, where we both end up drinking poison or whatever, and not being in love. So that was not a good, as you can see, I'm not here to blog about Shakespeare. So let's continue. with this thing. So the other thing that happens is that when we share our reality, we're picking up that the other person isn't understanding it. We don't know why, maybe, but we're picking up that they're not understanding us, damn it. So we explain it again and again, and then we feel like they don't get me, they don't understand me, they're not able to love me or see me the way I am. So there's no intimacy. There's no exposure, seeing, and discovery. There's no expressing and having the other person see what it feels like to be you, because they're translating it according to their reality. And we don't understand that that's happening. So there's like, please understand me. You need to get me. You need to love me. And then we keep explaining it, and they don't know the language, right? They don't know, or they don't understand our language. Okay, so that's what doesn't work. Okay, so what does work? So if we understand that we live in different realities and we have a different intention, the intention comes from please understand me or get me or see it my way. If we let go of that intention and we have I want to connect with this person, I want to communicate with this person, I want to have intimacy and share with this person how I feel, how the world seems to me. I want to share my reality and my heart with the other person. And I want to discover that in them. I want them to share. So if the connection and the communication and the sharing becomes the intention, then we can view it differently. We can say, okay, we want to connect, but we live in different realities. So what to do? First of all, we need to understand that. And I have to let go of my reality being the true reality. Okay, there's just two realities. Okay, and maybe there's an objective reality, but that's a spiritual thing that we're going to talk about. What we're talking about is two realities. One's not right, one's not wrong. They're just different. And our goal is to connect. So I say something from my reality, and I need to notice how the other person is perceiving it, translating it according to their reality. Okay? And we do this by back and forth. So I say something, and then I notice how they're perceiving it by asking questions, and them inquisitively. Curiosity works the best for this inquisitive mind. Like, they ask me more questions. So what you're seeing is this: I'm not quite understanding this. Yeah, it's more like this, and we do this back and forth thing until we are able to communicate how it feels to me, how the experience, how I am feeling, how I'm seeing the world. We help them translate it into their language and their reality. And then there's a connection. Okay, and then we can swap roles, right? Then I can understand, his or her reality, and by asking questions. And so then what matters is that we connect. It doesn't matter whose reality is right, or, and then there's actually a chance, ironically, with this intention, there's actually a chance that they do understand me. If I let go of you need to understand me and just say, I just want to share and connect, then we actually can have them understand me, and I can understand them. So now we have intimacy. Okay, we because I share how I see and how I feel. She or he shares how they feel and how they see the world. But we have to understand that there's this different reality. I do this, I've been doing this for years when I teach. Is some of you I've done sessions with or whatever else, or I've done, workshops and, ceremonies, and we're gonna, our ceremonies are, when we do a sharing circle, I'll put out this concept, and I might put it out in several ways, because what I'm doing is I'm sensing how you are, how the person I'm working with, I'm sensing how they're registering it or translating it. And then I'm trying to get it so they're translating it in a way that's beneficial for them. It doesn't matter that my teaching is true, okay? I could be this purveyor of truth, like, oh yeah. It helps, but what matters is that, the person I'm working with gets the information they need so they can grow spiritually and emotionally. That's what matters. In order to do that, there needs to be this understanding that there's different realities. And so I'll try this, epic fail, doesn't work. They didn't understand what I was saying. So then I'll try it a different way, and I'll try it a different way. And then they'll ask a question and say, yeah, that's kind of it. But it's kind of like this. Again, I'm not trying to share my truth. I'm trying to communicate an idea to them that can help transform their lives, perhaps. So that's what we can do with each other, is have this back and forth going on, letting go of that, first of all, realizing that we're in different realities, and then letting go of that my reality is the true reality, and letting go of that illusion, and then letting go of the illusion that they're seeing reality the same way I am, letting go of that illusion. That's why we have Shiva with us today. The destroyer of illusions is we have to let go of those illusions and just say there's two realities, and we speak different languages, and we need to find a way to communicate and connect with this back and forth thing, this back and forth dance of intimacy and connection and love. So that is my invitation, a summer of love. I hope you're enjoying your summer. I hope you're having lots of love and intimacy in your summer. Maybe this will help. And one thing I did want to share before I end this blog is we are doing a fall equinox ceremony over by Brookings, Oregon, which is close to the coast of Oregon. It's next to the Chetco River. And the theme will be kind of experiencing and accessing your beauty, the true nature and the true beauty of your heart, and to honor that beauty and to live from that beauty and to reconnect with it. And we'll be doing shamanic ceremonies, sweat lodge and medicine wheel, and lots of sharing circles, and shamanic journeys, and all kinds of healing ceremonies. And it'll be for about September 16th through the 20th. There are still openings. Initially, I said that there was a deadline of July 1st. Now we have enough people that have signed up that I'm open, but there's still openings, and it's open for, if you have any interest in this, you can go to naturalwayofbeing.com. You can reach out to me, however you receive this blog, and ask questions. You can see if it's for you, et cetera, et cetera. So that's my infomercial. And so I hope you enjoy your summer. And back to our blog. So as you walk in your summer, just maybe when you're having a conversation with a loved one, just maybe, first of all, realize maybe we're in different realities, okay? And is what I'm saying, how is it being translated? And how can I improve that translation so we're actually communicating and connecting? And I will see you sometime soon. Enjoy your summer.